Whispers in the Sand. The title itself evokes a sense of mystery and ancient secrets waiting to be uncovered. The pyramids loomed, stark silhouettes against the velvet night sky. Their ancient stones, bathed in moonlight, seemed to whisper tales of forgotten times. A chill wind howled, whipping sand against the ancient stones. The grains of sand carried by the wind seemed to carry with them the voices of the past. A lone figure crouched, hidden in the shadows of a towering sphinx. The figure's presence was almost ghostly, blending seamlessly with the ancient monument. He held a camera, its lens focused on a group gathered near the Great Pyramid. The camera was his tool, his way of capturing the enigmatic events unfolding before him. They moved with an unsettling synchronicity, their chanting a low drone that echoed in the stillness. He pressed the shutter, hoping to capture the essence of their ritual. The flash momentarily illuminated the scene, capturing an image that would unravel a terrifying truth. The brief light revealed faces hidden beneath hoods, eyes glinting with a strange intensity. The photographer, a local guide named Omar, hurried away. His footsteps were quick, almost frantic, as he tried to distance himself from the eerie scene. He had witnessed something sinister, something he couldn't explain. His instincts screamed danger. Every glance over his shoulder was filled with dread, fearing what might be following him. He clutched the camera, his heart pounding against his ribs. The device was more than just a tool now. It was a lifeline, a piece of evidence that might save him. He didn't know it yet, but he held the key to a mystery buried for centuries. The photo on his camera's screen was just the beginning, a clue that would lead to revelations beyond his wildest dreams. The case begins. Cairo buzzed with the news of an explosion at the Egyptian Museum. The king's scepter, an artifact of immense historical and religious significance, was stolen. The authorities were baffled. The security system was state-of-the-art, impenetrable. Enter Detective Sama, a man known for his sharp intellect and unorthodox methods. When Omar, fearing for his life, approached him with the photograph, Sama knew this was no ordinary theft. Sama studied the photograph. The image was grainy, the figures indistinct. Yet something about their posture, their synchronized movements, sent a shiver down his spine. He had seen rituals like this before, ancient practices steeped in darkness. This was no ordinary robbery. This was something far more sinister. Shadows of the past. Sama began his investigation, his path leading him through the labyrinthine streets of Cairo's ancient markets and hushed museum archives. He interviewed witnesses, each encounter revealing another piece of a terrifying puzzle. He learned of an ancient cult, the Sons of Ra, who believed they were descendants of the Pharaohs. Legend spoke of rituals, of sacrifices, of a power that could be harnessed through the king's scepter. One interview with a frail old professor proved particularly unsettling. The professor spoke of an ancient manuscript hidden within the great library of Alexandria that detailed the ritual the Sons of Ra sought to perform. The ritual, he claimed, could unleash a power capable of plunging the world into darkness. The manuscript's secrets. Following the professor's lead, Sama traveled to Alexandria, a city steeped in history and mystery. The bustling streets and ancient landmarks seemed to whisper secrets of the past. He navigated the labyrinthine library, his fingers tracing the spines of countless volumes. Each book held a story, a fragment of history waiting to be uncovered. Time seemed to stand still, the air thick with the scent of aged parchment and forgotten knowledge. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, he found it. The manuscript, bound in human skin, its pages filled with cryptic symbols and chilling illustrations. It was both fascinating and terrifying. It detailed the ritual, the sacrifices, the power that lay dormant within the scepter. The illustrations were vivid, almost as if they were alive. The manuscript also revealed the ritual's requirements. The scepter, an ancient artifact of immense power, a blood sacrifice under the next full moon, a time when the veil between worlds was thinnest, and a location deep within the Great Pyramid itself. The ancient structure held more secrets than anyone could imagine. Time was running out. Sama knew he had to stop them. The stakes were higher than ever, and failure was not an option, but he was also aware that he was walking a path fraught with danger, a path that many had walked before and never returned. It was a path where the line between reality and ancient magic blurred, where the past and present collided in a dance of shadows and light. Returning to Cairo, Samer used his knowledge of ancient Egyptian history and architecture to decipher the manuscript's clues. He discovered the location of the ritual chamber, hidden deep within the Great Pyramid. It was a race against time. The full moon hung heavy in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the desert sands. Samer, along with a small team of trusted officers, infiltrated the pyramid. The air grew heavy, the silence broken only by the sound of their own breathing and the distant echo of chanting. The deeper they ventured, the more oppressive the atmosphere became. Hieroglyphs on the walls seemed to writhe and contort, depicting scenes of sacrifice and otherworldly beings. The presence of ancient magic was palpable, sending shivers down their spines. They finally reached the chamber. It was a vast circular room, its walls adorned with intricate carvings. In the center, a stone altar awaited, bathed in the eerie moonlight that streamed through an opening in the ceiling. The sons of Ra were there, cloaked in shadow, their chanting growing louder as they surrounded a figure bound and gagged on the altar. The king's scepter lay on the altar, pulsating with an unnatural light. Samer knew he had to act quickly. The ritual was reaching its climax. The chanting reached a fever pitch, and the air crackled with energy. He signaled to his team, and they stormed the chamber, their shouts echoing through the ancient space, shattering the eerie silence. A fierce struggle ensued. The sons of Ra, though outnumbered, fought with a desperate fanaticism. The chamber became a whirlwind of shadows and flashing lights. Samer, his movements honed by years of training, moved with a deadly grace, disarming his opponents with swift precision. He reached the altar, his heart pounding against his ribs. With a swift move, he kicked the scepter away from the altar, disrupting the flow of energy. The chanting faltered, the air losing its electric charge. The sons of Ra, their ritual interrupted, turned on him with a fury born of desperation, but it was too late. Reinforcements arrived, flooding the chamber, apprehending the cultists. The aftermath was a blur of activity. The air was thick with tension, and the ground was littered with remnants of the night's chaos. Police lights flashed, casting eerie shadows on the walls, while the murmurs of the crowd filled the air. The sons of Ra were arrested, their dark plot thwarted. Their faces, a mix of defiance and resignation, told a story of a battle lost. The authorities moved swiftly, ensuring that no one escaped the long arm of the law. The stolen scepter, though broken in the struggle, was recovered. It lay in pieces, a testament to the fierce confrontation that had taken place. Archaeologists would later piece it together, but its power was forever diminished. As the sun rose, casting its golden rays over the desert, a new day began. The warmth of the morning light brought a sense of calm, a stark contrast to the night's turmoil. Samer stood before the Great Pyramid, the events of the night replaying in his mind. He felt the weight of history pressing down on him. The ancient stones whispering secrets of the past. He had stared into the abyss, had witnessed the depths of human darkness and the allure of forbidden knowledge. The memories of the rituals and the dark incantations haunted him, a reminder of the thin line between curiosity and madness. He had won, but the victory felt hollow. The manuscript's secrets, the ancient knowledge he had sought, now seemed like a curse. The weight of what he had uncovered was almost too much to bear. The whispers of ancient rituals, the chants that echoed in his mind, were a constant reminder of the dangers of delving too deep into the unknown. The unsettling feeling of otherworldly forces at play, the sense that he had touched something beyond human comprehension, lingered in the air, making every shadow seem alive. It all left an indelible mark on him. The lines on his face seemed deeper, his eyes more haunted. He knew he would never be the same again. He knew some secrets were best left buried, some doors best left unopened. The ancient tombs held more than just bones. They held the weight of forgotten histories and untold horrors. Some truths were too terrible to unearth. The warnings etched in stone were not just for show, they were dire cautions from those who had come before. And as he turned away from the silent, watchful gaze of the Sphinx, he felt a profound sense of finality. The ancient guardian seemed to judge him, its eyes following his every move. He knew that some mysteries would forever remain unsolved, hidden beneath the sands of time. The desert, with its endless dunes and shifting sands, would keep its secrets well. The ancient ruins, slowly being reclaimed by nature, stood as silent witnesses of the passage of time. And as Samer walked away, he knew that the sands would continue to shift. burying the past and protecting its mysteries for eternity.